Alright, this is going to be the fourth video in this session. Now, I was slightly off on this 12-inch dimension. It was 11/7/8, and when I cut my angles and cut my 34 degrees, I ended up being off center on the peak right here. So the sides, it threw the dimension off. I was about a 1/4 inch or so on this side from this side, which caused the issue with overlap, showing the where the roof pieces and the sidewall pieces went. So I'm gonna put it back in the saw, and I'm gonna trim that line right there so I can make sure that it is symmetrical, because if it's not, it will throw off the dimensions and it won't work right. Now I've got the cut, you can see right here, coming in closer to the peak, and right along the edge of that line there. So hopefully this thing will line up better whenever I get ready to put the tops and sides on it. Okay, now this is where we will attach the ends to the sides. So what we'll do is just fasten these on here like so. Put a little wood glue, a couple brad nails, and the ends on both sides, and then we'll attach our roof. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll come right back. Now with the ends attached to it, you should have something that looks like this. Now we will mount the roof. Well, one thing you want to keep in mind is the thickness of the material that you are using. If you change it up from the fence picket that is 1/2 inch to a actual 3/4 inch board, then you're gaining a 1/2 inch. So in this situation, the outside of the outside was 6 inches wide, and these boards are only 5.5 inches wide for the roof. So I'm gonna have to disassemble it and cut these here sideboards. Instead of 4 inches, these should have been, 4.5, they should have been cut at 4 inches wide, so that the roof pieces would fit outside to outside. And I've got a pocket hole on the outside here, so I did put that on backwards anyway. So I'm gonna tear it apart. We're gonna rip these sideboards down to 4 inches and put it back together. Be back. Okay, I've disassembled it. I've ripped these boards down so that now you got your 5.5 inches. So when you put your roof piece on top, it's going to become flush on the outside. Much better fit. Glue these up and brad nail them. I'll be right back. Alright, once you've reassembled it, you should have a little box that looks like this right here. Now, prior to assembling, I should have drilled a hole so that it would be symmetrical between the two, but what I'm going to use is the seam where the 2 points were joined, and I'm going to measure 5 1/4 inch. Oops, sorry about that. And we will place a mark there. I'm going to turn my measuring device over. 5 1/4 is the center. We will drill a 1/2 inch hole right there for our dowel rod that will support the fan blade. I'll be right back.